Good morning. We're going to talk about viruses and diseases. Me being the age I am, 50 years old, and experiencing 50 years on this planet, and recalling every truth I told, every lie I told, all the actions in my life on how the body works, the tongue, the brain, the limbs, and everything about your body. When it comes to viruses and diseases and the information of understanding viruses and diseases, I'm calling the medical field out on hoax. The medical field has deceived this country with this information on viruses and diseases. The whole synopsis of viruses and diseases is all about your cellular level. Everything in your body happens on a cellular level. And when pharmaceutical meds are administered when it comes to viruses and diseases, that is a slap in the face, to us as citizens of this country. As citizens of this country, you would want your government to put the best information out there about your health, and this country is not. And I've said it before, I'm not catching no cold, I'm not catching coronavirus, I'm not catching no virus, I'm not catching no disease, I'm not having no heart attack, and I'm not having no stroke. I'm not making a claim to that. I'm telling you, I know that for a fact. Why? Because I understand the human body and how it works on a cellular level. Viruses attach themselves to dehydrated cells. Diseases deal with abnormal cells and the growth of abnormal cells. All of this happens on the cellular level in the body. So when it comes to the medical field and their claims on viruses and diseases and research, I'm calling you out. And my claim is I'm 50 years old right now. And everything the doctors say about viruses and diseases and how it should be treated is a total lie. It's all economics. It's all based on them making a profit. The insurance companies making a total profit. This coronavirus that we're dealing with right now, you have the coronavirus out here. And when it first came out, one thing I will give the medical field credit for, when it first came out, the medical field put out there that the coronavirus attacks lung cells. And it attacks lung cells, host cells. Why didn't anybody research the host? A host cell. What is a host cell? A host cell is a dehydrated cell that each individual viruses are made of individual virons that are made out of protein and acid, and they are attracted to protein and acid, animal-based proteins and acid. So when that cell dries out, that viron invades that cell and starts to replicate itself, as well as diseases. Your body's made of trillions of cells, hundreds of different kinds of cells. And each one of these cells has its individual function. These cells keep its shape and function with the water that keeps the cell shape and the macronutrients, micronutrients, and phytonutrients. Your blood vessels are like highways attached to each thing in your body. The only thing they're not attached to is your hair and your fingernails. But the hair follicle and the bed of the nail all has blood vessels. And these blood vessels allow cells that's carrying water, macro, micro, and phytonutrients to hit that organ or your skin or your bones so they get the proper nutrition. But when you don't send this nutrition in there, when you send oil-based acidic foods through your blood vessels, then you damage and dehydrate your cells. All right? So that information is not being put out there like it should be so people can understand it. But like I say, the medical field did put that information out there, and this country still went in pandemic fear. How can this country, it shows the level of ignorance in this country, that the medical field put out there that the coronavirus cannot survive without a host cell. and this country still went in pandemic fear. That shows the ignorance of the people in this country. And there are people still right now in fear of the coronavirus without researching exactly what the coronavirus is. They just listening to what people say, and they're going into total pandemic fear, not understanding that the coronavirus cannot exist without a host cell. As long as you keep your cells properly nourished and dehydrated, there will be no coronavirus. If we want to end the coronavirus right now, just change the eating habits and the lifestyles, and all viruses and diseases will go away. It's just that simple. But because of economics and people want to continue to make money and live lavish lifestyles, then the human public is collateral damage. You know, everybody is pretty much, if you uneducated on your body, if you have no knowledge of what's going on the inside of your body, and you just feeding your face based off tradition and what people say, then you're damaging your cells. You're going to destroy your body. You're going to destroy it. And that's why the average lifespan now is 65 to 70 years old. Why? Because people are dying at that young age now because of cell damage. We damaging our cells. Instead of sending the proper nutrients through our cells, we sending acidic foods and beverages that dehydrate and damage our cells. So, in essence, when you talk about the medical field, okay, you're talking about people that are in it to make a living for their families. Insurance companies, medical field, these are people that are into it to make a living for their families. There is no way you give an entity billions of dollars and they've been researching for 20 or 30 years. That's totally insane. That's a slap in the face to me as, you know, living on this land and being a part of this. That's a slap in the face to say that in the medical field, that you are worth millions and billions of dollars, and you've been researching. The human body is the same function now as it always been. So why and how does it take you 20 or 30 years or 40 years to research a cure for a cold? Because one of the reasons is economics. You want these Burger Kings, McDonald's, and the meat companies and all, to keep making a profit, but you want people to keep eating what they're eating without getting sick. So that's what a cure is. So you can keep eating what you're eating without getting sick. There's no way for that to happen. That's why these people are steady researching a cure, because they're trying to keep economically feeding you this bullshit, you know, at the same time. But that same bullshit they feeding you is no cure for it. There's no cure for eating bullshit. So it's going to be 120 years from now, and Susan G. Komen, the Heart and Lung Association, they still going to be searching for a cure. There is no cure for eating and ingesting bullshit. The only solution is quit eating and drinking that bullshit. Now, that was a little clip. I'll see y'all later.